What's up, everybody?
Hey.
It is that time again where we talk about any and everything to make you say, wow, okay.
Cheers. She getting right into it. Welcome
All
to
right.
Wow, okay.
Right into it,
Here we
everybody.
go. New
We don't have time.
episode 8.
Today we're going to talk about every woman's favorite topic, single life. Or everyone's favorite topic.
Everyone's favorite topic.
Reason that I want to talk about this, I was reading something on Instagram, and it was an old coach of mine.
Oh, okay. What kind of coach?
She was my track coach in high school, and I saw that she posted, which, oh my God, I will tag her in this because she also has a great podcast. But she wrote, "This is what you get when you're in your late 40s and you're single." Okay. She said, "I tried to take a lawnmower out of my back seat of my SUV on my own." In other words, like, when you're single, you have to do a lot of things for yourself. So I was just thinking, like,
She's like when you're over 40, because like when you're in your 20s,
well, she pulled a hamstring. She had ice on her leg.
I'm assuming that's what the end of the story was. I was like, that was just, she's like, hey, so I took a lawnmower out of my car today. Just wanted everyone to know. No.
Part of it
She hurt
struck
herself
a lot with me because she's hurt herself, one, and two, was like she's in her 40s.
Mm-hmm.
And as a woman that is in her late 30s, I'm like, oh, okay, this single shit kind of goes on forever and ever. And like, how do you feel about dating past? Because my patients are kind of losing it now.
Ooh, I never even thought about dating
so I'm like,
past like 40 or something like that. Because you assume that you're going to be married or something like that. Damn, I didn't think about that.
So it struck something to me, like, what is single and what does that mean to everyone? Like, since I opened it up so quickly and went straight to the point, we're going to let Ava tell her single story first.
Ooh.
And then we'll go into life is single, beautiful women.
Ooh, my single, I'm like, wow, okay, single moment. I mean, I've definitely had a lot of fun being single, but a lot more not fun being single.
A lot more not fun. I like that you said a lot more no.
Yeah, a lot more what the fuck is happening.
I have a White Claw today, guys.
Yay! Okay, but she's gonna keep it in a glass, okay? I don't like doing dishes, as we know, so I'm gonna keep it in my
You know what's funny? Like, even when I go to, like, bars and stuff, and they, like, if I have, like, a moment where I want to have beer and, like, wings, people look at me side-eye when I'm like, can I have a glass for this beer? They're always like, bitch, if you don't drink this shit, we don't want to do. I don't know. It's a dainty, girly thing, I feel like, I guess. It's just
I guess I'm not dainty and girly then, because I got
I think if I was out at a picnic, I would drink it out of that. Maybe. Do they have solo cups? I don't know. Even now, I hate that they took away straws too, just for lipstick purposes.
Right. I mean, we used to work in restaurants. I know how dirty those glasses really are. So
that's true. Ladies and gentlemen,
don't
get a straw.
Yeah, get a straw. If
they don't have straws, bring your own cup.
Bring a can. Yeah, bring your own cup. Get a can. Okay.
But I mean, if you don't want to tell you first, I'll tell mine.
Okay, you go first.
Okay, I would say my biggest wow, okay, single moment would be 2017.
Oh, she got a year. She knows exactly when it was.
I feel like I dated
at 2:40 p.m. on February 5th. Like, what?
Well, because you really don't, at least for me, I didn't really look at being single as a thing in my 20s when I was just hanging out and kicking
it.
You don't really identify with what being single is. When you don't have a boyfriend in your 20s, you're just like, okay. That's something that I was thinking about recently. Like, do we only care about that as we age?
I feel opposite in that. I always was very aware of when I was single when I was in my 20s. Versus now, I'm like, oh, fuck, that's right. I'm single. I've been single for a while. I don't know.
In my 20s, I feel like I was like, it's always going to be some Darnell doing something somewhere. So, whatever. Single or not, bitch. But in my 30s, I feel like dating and like going on multiple dates, you're more looking for a candidate to be with.
Right.
Versus in my 20s when I was like hanging out with different guys, I was not really thinking like he's husband potential.
I wasn't thinking that either. But I definitely, being single in my 20s bothered me. Used to bother me. Being single in my 30s, I love it. Yeah. Now I'm like,
really?
In my 30s, it's like I'm single, and because I'm looking for, what do you say, a prospect or a good candidate? You're looking
candidate for like a husband, or
right? Exactly. Whereas in my 20s, it was like, bitch, you single because like just no one want to date you, or that's what like that my
Really?
mindset was.
Oh
now
my
I don't
God.
feel that way. Now I'm like, I don't want to date them. I'm single because they ain't good enough. You know what I mean? Like these candidates are trash.
My 20s being single was more of having fun and not even really thinking about the future of me and this significant person. Whereas my 30s, I feel like as a woman, you look at more of a risk. Like, for example, like, I'm too tired to want to come out and talk to you.
Right.
So is he worth my sleepy time? Or is he worth my eyebrows? Or is, you know, because you got to do your makeup.
True.
To put on your makeup and
You're like,
do your
well, I'm
clothes.
getting low on lash glue, so is
Or
it
just-
worth it? Is he worth this
The
day?
effort gets different
True.
as you get older. But I would say it was 2017. That was a big year of me dating. When I say dating, it was like I was going out on actual dates.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, that was ghetto. With multiple guys. And it was one of those times where it felt like you've seen movies where they're like speed dating, or like he's just not that into you. Like it was, or anything when you Masters of None, when he goes on those several dates.
Mm-hmm.
And this was around the time when everything became so popular with dating apps.
Mm-hmm.
I think right when I got single was right when Tinder became like whatever.
Yeah.
So like on those dating apps, you will have multiple dates every weekend with a different person.
True.
So at that time, single was like, I cannot, because it's like a job. You find yourself, okay,
Oh my God, yeah.
this weekend I'm going out with Jake, and on his profile it says he's this,
Right,
and then
right.
you show up, Jake shows up, and Jake's fatter now, and he used to work at the one place, you know.
Right.
He's freelancing now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm so sorry, that was on my Facebook profile and I haven't had time to change it type shit. So single was like really difficult for me, but the biggest wow okay I think was when I met someone that was very much like me when I was single, and they didn't want to date me.
Yeah, okay.
So
yeah.
it was like, well, what the fuck? So me doesn't like me?
Right. You're like,
Huh?
because I love me, but like me doesn't want to date me.
So when you had that going on, being denied consistently by someone that had every goddamn thing that I had interest in.
like you me with a penis, yet you don't want to date me.
It was crazy. And so that drove me crazy. And then just the fact that every guy that I was going out with was either not looking for a relationship, just looking for something to do. Like, it seems as if with being single, when you're ready for a relationship, no one else is around you is ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you're not ready for it, everyone else around you is like, why? So single is hard because you're like, you can adjust to it and you could deal with it. But when does it end? When are you like, when do I find the thing? I think I'm trying to find my big, because I want to make sure that I have a wow okay of like when I was like, wow, okay, what the fuck? Okay, I'll give you a great wow okay when I was single. I was dating this particular person. I was dating multiple people at the time. And it was fun. I was having a blast because if you know me, I love clothes. So I enjoyed every weekend putting on a fabulous outfit and beating my face and going out with a man and him admiring that. I love that. That's my like biggest, most favorite part about dating is stepping out.
Right.
But I want to say, let's just say, because a lot of people say when you're dating, you have a roster, they call it.
Mm-hmm.
So I had, regardless if you have a roster or not, there's always going to be one that you like the most
Right.
in the roster. So I had like one guy the most, and we went to this party in the hills. I was fabulous, by the way. I mean, my outfit was to die for, okay? I hadn't eaten in 2 days. I had one piece of...
She was like, I was anorexic. Oh my God.
Oh my God. It was
amazing.
so much fun. It was this pool party in the hills. It was so fun. And I was like, oh my God, he's like the one. And we were holding hands, walking down the hill, going back from a party to a happy hour.
Okay.
Because it was like a part. It was just such a... Oh my God. He was like the ideal thing for me. And while we were walking down the thing, he goes, I don't want you to get too into this because it's going to end.
Wow. Okay.
He told me that to my eyes, everybody. He was like, don't get too happy with you swinging your arm in the hand.
Right. He's like,
this ain't gonna last, bitch.
I
This
can
is
see your
just
happiness
summer.
from here. I can smell it from here, and I just wanted to let you know it's too happy. Just stop it.
That's discouraging. It's almost like single.
I've had that. I've had that. Actually, I had that happen to me recently. Actually, literally, yeah, me and dude were chilling, Had a great night together. Felt like we connected, vibed, all this shit. And then, he was making me dinner the next day. We in the kitchen having a good time, about to have an amazing night, fuck all over the apartment, all this stuff. And he like turns to me and he goes, yeah, so you know that we're just friends that are fucking and I don't see this going anywhere, right?
It's almost like they can smell that you're like, she thinks this is going to be a win.
Right. And I was like, oh my God, dude. Like, okay. Slow your roll for one. Like, you ain't, like, we having fun and I'm have this smile on my face, but you ain't up on my about to be my boyfriend level. Like, what is it? Like, qualifications for you to be my boyfriend is a lot higher than you to be my fuck buddy. So stop acting like you're the one in control right here. Cause I didn't ask you to be my man. What the fuck is this? But the potential, like, whatever. But keep going with your...
It's totally fine. That makes so much sense because I feel like they do that a lot.
I know, but I also know why. Why do they do it to you at those times too? Like, you were walking and swinging your hand and being happy, and he's like, "This is the perfect time to just shatter everything."
Because I think they can tell that you feel.
But that's stupid. Like, why don't you wait till the date's over, till we're not, and then call me or text me or whatever?
I don't think it's a good time to say this isn't gonna last to me
ever. True, but definitely not when you're cooking me dinner and we about to fuck all over the apartment because like. My heart on just got lost. What is this? Like,
I will say this though. Now that I've gotten so much older and I've been in long-term relationships and been single for a long period of time. I don't know, guys. I find it when I'm in a relationship, I'm like, this is great, but when is he gonna leave?
Okay.
Because I want to do mask and I want to fart.
Oh, yes, and I want to
have me time to be ugly.
I want to eat everything in my bed.
I want to have ugly moments. Single, you're allowed to get all your ugly out. So then when you leave and go outside, everyone's like, that bitch bad. Because I'm getting all my ugly moments out alone. Okay?
That's true.
I'm having alone ugly moments where things are not so great.
I definitely say
I got dots all on my face. I got a satin cap on. I'm gassy. I don't want to do this with the man that I'm trying to be cute in front of all the time.
Right.
So it's like, what is this? Single is kind of fun when you because you get your space.
So, right. That's
unless you find this guy that you feel like, nigga, I can't wait to fart in front of him and wear this mask.
I mean, low-key, I don't date anyone. You can't be my boyfriend unless we do get to a point where I can fart in front of you.
I have never farted.
I have.
I've had
my last
down on my stomach for jokes. Because they're like, they're going to do it.
That's too much.
And like, I will almost die because I refuse.
It's not like I'm walking around the house being like, ooh, let me just fart every step I take. No, but like in the morning... And like, someone's in the bathroom or you can't wait or whatever comes out. Like, yeah, you don't want to, if you're spending all your time with that person because
this
they're
guy
your boyfriend,
recently farted in front of me and I wouldn't even acknowledge his fart, okay? I let that nigga let his shit slide. I know he came out the bathroom being like, I know you heard that shit. And I was thinking to myself, like, listen, it's against my jurisdiction to talk about farts. So.
You can't truly be with somebody unless you can fart with them. So, like, that's how you know the difference between dating and, like, being in a relationship. Like,
I can't fart in front of people.
You've never farted in front of your boyfriend. Your fiance. You never farted in front of your fiance?
Not really.
Then no wonder y'all didn't get married. There's no way.
He was like, I can't trust it. Maybe. I don't think that I might have, but I don't think that it would became... a thing.
It should not become a thing. Like, yeah.
Maybe I accidentally something happened and I like ran in the room and hid in there for days. I could see that being the case. I can't remember back that far. But
I mean, I had one relationship a long time ago. Where I would fart for the dude because of how uncomfortable it made him, and it made me laugh so hard.
That is so gross.
But I also didn't like him that much.
I think that much. See, but I think
he was gross. He was gross looking anyway, so I didn't really care.
Being single. I mean, that's my wild card of being single is being told that someone that you're dating is just like, I'm just not into you.
Right.
That's always the hard part.
Because
the point I wanted to get to and the reason why I wanted to do this because dating is almost like interviewing for jobs.
Right.
It's like...
Okay, so yeah, it's like you get to like the 5th interview or whatever. Like, God forbid you be on those interviews like they go for 5, they make you come in and again and again and again. You think you're finally going to get it. And then they're like, yeah, actually we're going to go with somebody else. Yeah, that's like dating someone that you really like and thinking that y'all are building and then it just being like...
And it's like, okay, well, let me put this out loud. How do you, because even I've been in this position, how do you, let's just say, for example, the person that you're dating has qualities that you like, but you don't see them as a long-term candidate. How do you tell them? How do you say, I'm enjoying this time we're having together?
You don't even see that. You don't even see that they have potential to be a long-term. I've never dated anyone
You
that thought
can.
about long-term. I've never, well, I mean, like,
Okay.
I've never been in a relationship with someone and thought about long-term. Like, I've definitely, like, the last relationship I was
you
in,
can have kids with them, you can marry them.
well, I don't want to get married to have kids, so I guess that's easier for me.
Oh, okay.
You know? But
Well, then what is the goal?
just to have someone to be with all the time.
Okay.
You know what I mean? To be like a power couple, a strong, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, this is your person, you know what I mean? But,
okay.
I mean, who knows? Maybe I might change my mind about the family and marriage at some point. But at this point in time, no, I've never.
I feel like that's what
ever
society
in.
has put in our head as the end all be all.
Right.
I was watching the movie though, which made me come up with this topic too. He's just not that into you.
Right.
And I love that movie. I haven't seen it in so long. But like watching her go through the dates and watching her deal with like how he was like, oh, you can't seem available, you can't do this. Like, there's rules to being single.
Yeah, there's so many rules of being single, and that's fucking ridiculous. Actually, there was this book that I used to read back in my 20s. It was called The 4-Man Plan. Oh my God, and it was like this whole...
Ooh, please elaborate, because some men think that when you dating and you connecting, you need to be just dating and connecting with them.
Really? Because you always have that. I'm always like, my niggas always be like, I hope I'm not the only one you dating and connecting with, like, because I got a whole bunch of other people I'm dating and connecting with too. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. When you single, it's crazy. It's like when you are single and you don't want to be single, it seems like everybody's like,
right.
When you don't want to be, I'm sorry, it's when you want a relationship,
nobody
wants it. And then when you do or whatever,
when you don't want a relationship, everyone wants a relationship.
Everybody wants a relationship.
What I don't
that's why I'm like,
understand-
since I don't want a relationship now, I'm like, oh, that's why everybody like barking at my window like,
right.
And then like, as soon as I want one, everyone's gonna be like, and scene.
I just don't
Quietly,
understand. Like, now in my 30s and now being single, I'm not even thinking about like, oh, I want a relationship right now, or I don't want a relationship right now. I'm like, I don't have time to even be thinking about that. Honestly, I'm not looking for a relationship, but if it happens, I guess. Whatever. But more so, like, I don't understand is like when you start dating someone, and now we're talking about dating, not relationships. So in this video, just so you guys know, like dating, we mean like going on dates with someone, but you're not exclusive. You know,
Right.
Y'all are like adult dating.
Okay, let me give you a good question.
Like back in the
Do you
day,
feel like
dating
you gotta
was-
check in with someone that you're just dating?
What do you mean check in?
In other words, like, okay, say you've been seeing a guy
Mm-hmm.
for a month.
Right.
It's going great. You guys are spending weekends together. You're not a couple yet, but you guys are hanging out. And you're just dating.
Yeah.
Would you stop seeing other men as soon as the connection became good?
That depends. It's a conversation you need to have with him.
A conversation.
Right. You know, to be like, hey, so are we at this point where we feel like we should become monogamous, or do we think we still need more time? Or, you know, yeah, just to have a conversation. Or if you really want to do it on your own and you're like, you know what, I like where this is going. I don't think having that conversation just with yourself is a good thing, because then you could like be like, I like this person, so I'm gonna stop seeing the rest of my roster, and then they go, wait, whoa, you're getting way too serious. So I think that conversation always needs to be had with the other person and be like, hey, so like, do you think that this could be going somewhere at some point? But I just like, for me, my experience with men has always been like, they get scared that I'm going too fast. When it comes to dating. Now, when it comes to relationships, men of all my past relationships, they've always been the one to be like, okay, like within a month, they're like, you're my girlfriend. Actually, my last relationship, it was after 5 days, the dude was like, okay, you're my girlfriend. You need to like stop seeing all the other people. The Gemini, of course. And I did, but that was stupid. It was a bad relationship. But when I'm dating someone, they always think, for some reason, it gets in their head that because I'm enjoying my time with them, that I want them to be my boyfriend right then and there. And I'm like, I
you
never
think that's
said
just the
this at
single
all
energy?
to them.
I believe
Maybe it is, or maybe
I
they're so
believe when you start
scared.
having the energy of I want.
No, but my
you
energy
don't
wasn't
get.
my energy.
When you're not carrying that.
No, but I'm saying,
I literally want to change I don't want a
But-
pilot this year. I
Okay.
want to fail.
but my energy
I wanna
wasn't that.
suffer.
I feel like men love to
It'll
jump.
be the opposite of
Men love to jump and think that like, oh, she's catching feelings means that she wants a relationship right now. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, just because people catch feelings does not mean that they think that you are ready for the relationship yet. They do not think, what is you doing over here?
Something was on my shirt.
Oh no. She bored. She's like, and I'm out of this conversation.
No, I saw it and it was like, you should attack it now because you don't want it to like get in there. I really like this shirt.
I was like, the camera can't see. Oh, anyway, sorry guys, we got a little ADD right there. So yeah, but like for some reason, I don't know why men think that just because women catch feelings that they're like, oh, I want to be with this person right now. I can catch feelings for a dude and still want to be single, still want to be dating, you know, because like I can see the potential of it becoming something at some point, but that we're also not there yet.
What are the benefits of being single?
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I love about being single.
1 through 3. What is the step? What are the benefits of being single to you?
Well, I'm gonna say being single in my 20s was completely different than being single in my 30s. I'm gonna tell you right now, I fucking love being single in my 30s. And now watch the universe is gonna be like, bitch, you gonna be single for the rest of your 30s? Have fun with this for 10 years because of that. But I'm just saying, like, I enjoy my time with myself now. Like, I'm always like, I could go on this date, but I'd rather just stay in and do all the things that I like to do by myself. Like, I love being I love my me time now, you know, whereas before in my 20s, it was like, you're not in a relationship and like, I was never thinking about like, oh no, if you're not in a relationship, you're not going to get married or you're not going to do this. I was just like, I just don't have a boyfriend. What does that mean? That's because society was always like, you know, putting that in your head. And now I'm like.
So the me time is number one.
Me time is, yeah, definitely. Also being able to like, instead of like being like I should be in a relationship just because I should be in a relationship, but also now being able to see it like, you know what, this person isn't like relationship material, you know what I mean? Like
being able to
recognize
stuff differently because you have come to the terms of being by yourself to where you see.
Right.
Okay.
And also being single, the benefits of it is like that you can date around, that you can like date. Like you can go on dates with more than one person. You can have feelings for more than one person. You can like spending time with this person for this reason, this person for that reason. It just like it gives you more time and space and energy. Oh, the 4-man plan. Wow, really ADD.
Right. Yeah.
So this book was like, I don't remember, like, the person who wrote it, I think she was, like, a mathematician or something like that. And so she, like, came at it. Now, I see the world kind of like a math problem, so I loved the way that this woman set up this book. She was like, I'm going to set dating up like math kind of thing. So you're dating at least 4 men. Now, you're sleeping with one at a time. Like, you could be dating 4 people, but only fucking one. And she, like, that was the one thing that I could never really necessarily wrap my head around, was she was like, if you decide to fuck one of the other ones, you have to like break off and never have sex with that one person again. So like,
bitch, with all these rules.
Right, exactly. But in doing so, and dating more than one person, then you don't put that energy.
You're fucking all everybody.
Right, but fuck whoever you want. But yeah, but then you're not putting out that energy that you were talking about, where it's like, oh, she wants a relationship right now or whatever like that. Then the men end up like coming. It's like all the games people play. But this book was basically like the men will come to you and want to be in a relationship with you if you're dating more than one person. Now, I read that back when I was like 21. I don't know, like.
I believe that might be true. Mm-hmm. I think the benefits of being single for me is finding full ass self-love. And that me time helps you find that. The time you spend with yourself, you learn a lot about yourself, which creates, like you said, you know, moments to where you really know what you want, because now you've really established that self-love and that self-relationship. So I think that's the benefits of being single.
Ooh, being skinny too. That's the benefit of being single. Whenever you're in a relationship, they try to fatten you up. They never.
Well, I think it's
you're spending time
together.
You go out together, whatever.
More dinners,
and you don't like take the time to be like, well, I'm gonna go on my workout every single day.
Couples that love each other get fat together. This is true. Y'all like, we off the market.
That's true. And I know being single for me means that like I'm like, well, I'm not having sex right now, so I got to run off this energy, and like here we go. There's the pounds we shedding off.
I think that's the benefits of single. Self-love one. The second one would be doing whatever you want to do and not having to call in or check in with nobody. You wake up flawless. You do whatever you want to do flawless.
Yes.
I just feel like you don't. Like, when you're in a relationship, it's a team effort, so you really do need to. It's not necessarily calling and checking in, but when you're in a relationship, you do have to acknowledge the other person, like, especially if y'all don't live together. You should be like, hey, good morning, I'm at work right now. That's fair to do. When you're single, you don't have to do that. You can just have your day.
Hit them up whenever you want to.
And if there's someone you're dating, you could be like, hey, you know, how's your lunch or whatever. but you don't have to. My third benefit of being single is my number one favorite. Ugly time.
She loves her farting ugly time. Yeah.
I call it ugly time because it's silly, but I think it's not necessarily have to be just farting, but like we all go through shit as people. And I think sometimes taking a moment to like just like go through that alone is better than going through with someone else. Like we all have bad days at work or something that's not working out in our career or whatever. I think until you really have this established relationship with the person that you're like kicking it with, some of those things only burden a relationship.
Right.
So I feel like unless y'all are like so tight where they know you so well, and I say this so strongly because I'm in a situation right now where I'm like, I'm learning and growing, and I'm noticing that this person may or may not be for me, but the fact that we've learned and grown next to each other on and off for years is kind of like, I would probably give more time and energy of growing with that than I would any other person that I would have just met and dated.
Yeah, that's true.
So I look at it like, you need that separation from this person. You also need to miss the person you're dating.
I agree with that.
Some people get so hard into this person where they want to be with them every single day. You want to talk every single day. You want to I think that's so horrible for relationships.
See,
or a beginning of relationships.
That's something that I really started to learn now, especially in my 30s.
And that's how you identify codependency. If someone cannot have a successful day without hearing from you at all, with you telling them, oh, I'm just doing this today. If they can't just have a full day of themselves and catching up with you the next day and trusting, that you weren't sucking another dick or eating another pussy the day that they didn't talk to you,
losing feelings
or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
If you didn't talk to this person for a whole day, and y'all been dating for a month, if in your mind you can't confidently be like, maybe they were busy today, maybe this was a really, really tough day for them, and the next day you hit them up and they're like, hey, yeah, and it's more conversation, by the way, because you missed the day, which makes it more exciting.
Right.
I think that's when it's a red flag, ladies and gentlemen. If you ever see that in your course of dating and you're like kicking it with somebody, if they can't have a day away from you without talking, without them going down a negative place and thinking, oh, they didn't hit me up at all today, so that means that this and that means that. That's some codependent shit. Or they're not solid within self to the point where they can deal with one fucking day.
My ex was like that. Oh my God. And he literally, one time, because I was working and then I went out with friends after work, and so I was on, and I'm not someone who likes to be on my phone, you know this. So if I'm really out doing my day, doing all my stuff, and I'm just not on my phone, especially if I'm out with friends, and I think it was 2 a.m, he started blowing up my phone a million times to the point where I had to block him because I was just like, nigga, I'm out, and he wouldn't accept that. So I had to block him, whatever, for the night, just because it was so annoying. And then he was like, I drove by your house at 2 a.m. Where was the car?
Red flag. Goodbye.
Red flag. I need to be able to be, I need to be able to miss you. And that's
because that's going to trickle down in a relationship.
Yes.
When you decide to have a relationship. And now I'm not saying that if you don't hear, if you're dating someone, you guys have been kicking, you guys have been on several dates, and you're hanging out, and this person just doesn't talk to you for a week.
No, that's different. Yeah.
Then you might want to be like, okay, you not necessarily got ghosted. He's got a lot of other shit he's dealing with other girls that he's actually might like. You might might be Monday, bitch.
Okay,
if he hasn't got back to you.
But at that point, that's the time to have the. If you're dating someone for a month and then all of a sudden, and you were talking at whatever you guys were doing consistently for a month, and then he doesn't talk to you for a week, and that's weird, then that's the time, if he does come back and talk to you, or she comes back and talks to you, that's the time you need the conversation to be like, hey, that was weird, where are we,
in this relationship? Then yes, that's different.
Right.
But if you have been, no, I think some people...
A day is definitely needed. I think that's, actually, in my next relationship, I want to be like, hey, okay, so if I notice that we're hanging out too much, I want to be like, hey, so I need a day to 100%.
90% of single people have strong insecurities of what it's like to date, and we're gonna roll into that now because I did my top 3 of what it was.
She did her research. Okay.
90% of single people have insecurities that someone is fucking with someone else.
Okay, I get that.
People that are in relationships have a solid understanding of separation, have a solid understanding of this person is busy, and have different levels of trust. People that are single, that have been consistently dating, always feel like it's gonna fail, this isn't gonna work, this person doesn't like me, they didn't reach out, they're not putting, and the reason being, what I read was because dating is very similar like job interviewing. If you go on several jobs and you're putting in all this effort and you're not getting any of the jobs, or the jobs are kind of just stringing you along and not really having you hear anything, eventually you become bitter, which we're going to move into.
Wow.
And 90% of single people, that's why they can never find anybody. And that's why you have people that are consistently always single. It's because it's in here.
What's the statistic on how long they've been single for, though? Those single people that are bitter. Because I've been single for about a while.
But a lot of it has
bitter
to do
at all, actually. Like, I would say, if anything, I feel like
you haven't really been multiply dating, though. So this is different.
Okay.
People that are multiply dating and been single. I'm talking about people that are consistently going out on dates. Okay. Every weekend. They're going out with a new guy, new girl.
Yeah, okay.
And they're not finding anybody.
Okay.
A lot of that has to do with what I would like to call it single insecurities.
Okay.
Where you find it where you're not winning and you're not getting what you want, or people aren't responding to you in a certain way, and your ego is getting, hit a couple times. You start being like, I'm never going to, they won't, he probably, she probably, and it's not necessarily happening. It's just the fact that you've been beat up so many times.
Do you find yourself doing that when you're going on a bunch of dates? Because I'm the opposite. When I do actually, the one or two times that I put my energy into dating, which was at that point, now I'm over dating apps, but I was, this was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago or something like that in LA, and I decided to be like, yeah, I'm ready to hit the ground running again, out of another relationship, let's get back into it. So then I went on all the dating apps and was talking to a whole bunch of different people and going on a whole bunch of different dates. When I put my time and energy into it, I was like, yes, I was so happy. I was like, I have so many people to choose from, yada, yada, yada. This is great. And then I got like a boyfriend within like 2 days. And again, it was horrible, but like I wasn't like I was going out and getting bitter. It was almost like I was like feeding off all of it. Like, and now, mind you, some of those people ghosted, some of those people were crazy. That happened.
I think it was like it's single learning.
Ooh, I remember my great wild case single dating thing. Oh my God, this is kind of funny. I've never shared this with anybody. All right, world, get ready for it. Because Ava Ray a freak. Okay. Which y'all know from the sex episode.
It always comes back to this with her. But this bitch don't leave the house.
I like my me time. And I do leave the house. She's stupid. But anyway.
She a closet freak. You in the house.
Whatever. Okay. Anyway, I just
like Ava Ray is a freak, but y'all ain't gonna see me out here, so
no. Okay. Anyway, whatever. The bitch.
I ain't gonna be.
She be on her phone. She been paying attention if I'm out in the house or not. But anyway, so this was like I was on the dating apps. This is when I was like hitting the ground, like being like, I'm gonna do all the dates. I'm gonna have myself some fun. Newly single, and I met this guy, or started talking to this dude on OkCupid. And he was really cute.
That one.
I mean, it's kind of trash, is whatever, but
they all
are. They kind of all are. So it doesn't really matter. Anyway, so I started talking to this dude one night on OkCupid, and so then he like asked for my phone number, and he called me, and so and now that I think about it, I'm like, we probably should have FaceTimed. That's another thing when it comes. Anyone?
I put her onto that.
No, actually, my ex did.
But I'm like, cause I don't.
My ex did. You never even.
I had enough little trolls showing up, being like, whoo. Right. I'd be like, let's FaceTime first.
FaceTime before you go on the date to make sure, one, that they look this the way that they say, and two, so that you have the good energy connection. Because I've gone on dates and been like, hi, nice to meet you, I'm Ava. Oh my God, the energy was so shot. Nigga was looking at me like I was a different person. I was like, did you mess up profiles? I look exactly like my profile. Girl. But his energy was just like not feeling it. I mean, I had myself a good time because I love being with me, so it doesn't matter who's around me, but whatever. He was boring as fuck. So, but no, anyway, so back to this. So this OkCupid dude, he calls me, and we talked for about like an hour or two. It was an Aquarius, okay? We were getting kicking, and we ended up having some phone sex, even though I'd never seen the dude. And never heard from him again. Yeah, so that was all right. There we go.
I mean, I don't know what to say. I think I'm gonna let y'all have that one. But
yeah, wow, okay.
Yeah, wow, okay, for sure. I guess
I was still in my 20s.
I think, yeah, and you have all the passes in the world with that. I think, like I was saying, with insecurities with dating and how people are, when you just, it's almost like, for me, I think it's different now in my 30s versus was in my 20s.
Right.
Or I won't even say that because in my 20s I was having a lot of fun. I started really dating, I think, in my 30s where it was like candidates.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, how does that even work?
I don't know.
It's off.
Oh. Sorry, guys. Give us one more moment so we can get everybody.
I don't know how does that even go?
I don't know, but tell him, maybe because he's doing, if you have the Wi-Fi on or something.
Okay, sorry. I don't know what's happening.
So what was the story? What you said in your 30s, the candidate.
I feel like you just mature as a person. So
right.
A lot of things that you are looking for is so different than when you were.
And I feel like you were more patient for them too. For some reason, in my 20s,
I was like, not in the beginning, okay, because you don't know what's out there. I think all I can talk about is my story.
Right.
For me, I feel like when I first got single, I was like, oh my god, everyone is hideous.
Yo,
and people are just not ready. You're coming out of the curtains with your half of your makeup done. That's what it feels like. It's like you're out. You don't even have your costume. We said action, but you don't know your lines.
You don't know your lines. You didn't go through makeup. I mean, damn it.
It was frustrating more for me because I think when you're a woman in your 30s, you've done so much self-evaluation and so much self-work, whether it's fitness bitches, getting your edges snatched, growing your edges back. Okay, bitches be out here we try to get ourselves together so hard for life.
Okay, I just lost like 45 pounds.
Okay,
saying,
for my
30th birthday.
Women in like
all
self-help.
of this, yes.
Like we come out on dating with so ready. I don't know.
And made me wondering why women be like, I'm gonna go gay. Like, we going gay now because y'all ain't trying anymore.
And
so let's go for people who are trying.
So I know that's what hurt me the most in the beginning of my dating, where it was like, I'm this person that's bringing this out, and what I'm getting in front of me is lackluster.
Right.
And it was very disappointing, and it was very discouraging. And you, as a woman, you start to be sad. I remember there were numerous of times where I was like really sad and was really depressed and crying about how I was never going to find the right person, because I was like, I'm showing up to these fucking dates I'm like, bitch, what do you mean? And he showed, like, it gets difficult, and I think that does mess with your head eventually, where when you are continuing to go down the journey of dating, you're like, here we go. Like, he doesn't even have to be a shitty guy. And like, I'm learning that none of us are perfect. None of us are walking into anything with the greatest anything. You have to be willing and ready to deal with anyone's like
bullshit. I mean, we're all
not saying bullshit. What is it, like shortcomings? I don't know.
Yeah.
But we won't. When you're single, you've been battered and not battered, but like beat down from the single life. You don't even give those potential situations like the time.
Yeah, I get it, and I think
that's why a lot of my homegirls that are single stay single, and it's just like it's literally like going after, like, as an actress or as a comedian. Like I deal with a lot of rejection. I deal with a lot of like no's. I deal with a lot of like, oops, it just didn't work out. I deal with a lot of it. Oh, I remember that, but we didn't tell you, but it just did. Mm-hmm. You know, you're gonna go through that, so much of that in dating, and even long. Like, I don't know if we have enough time, but I was going into it, like, even when you, like, I think about this. When you find the one and they die.
Oof.
Or you find the one and you have a 20 years together and you divorce.
Yeah, or you find the one and they ain't ready for you, and you, like, know that they won't be ready for you.
No, I'm talking about actually getting it.
Okay, are you, like, marrying them?
I'll give you a great story. I mean,
like,
what if you find the one therapist, like, I was telling her,
finding the one and locking them down are two different things. It's like,
true, but it blows my mind. Like, I remember one time I was talking to my therapist, and I was telling her, like, I came to her when I had that big breakup, and I was telling her about how I felt about it. And the one thing she told me was crazy. She was like, I just want to give you life experiences so you can understand. She was just like, I was married for, I think she said 10 years or whatever. And she's like, and now I'm 54.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting a divorce at 54. How do you date at 54?
Right.
She's like, and my ex-husband has a new woman already, and she's younger than me.
I mean, that tends
She's
to be
like,
the thing.
you're
Is
like,
that,
what?
That tends to be the thing is that older men find new partners faster than older women. I mean, I don't.
So my point was, is like being single. Is it a better benefit? Because I mean, Oprah is Oprah, and she has yet to get married.
Right.
She is not playing with y'all out here. My point is like.
But I think being single after a marriage is a lot harder and a lot different type of single that we can't even really understand than just being single and before marriage. You know what I mean? Because let's see, now I experienced it. Well, I saw what you were talking about through my mother. So my mother got divorced from my dad when. Let's see, I have
to pee so bad. Guys.
Well, she gonna wait.
Okay? I know. I'm like,
she gonna hold it together.
I've been drinking so much water that my bladder is like. Let me explain.
Getting back to my story. Okay,
sorry,
so my mother, we ADD today. ADD today.
It's just sitting there. It's like
if you pee on my couch,
I'm gonna be single.
Okay. So my mom got divorced from my dad when they were let's see, I was 8 and okay, how old is so my brother must have been 9, so they were like 39 because my parents are 30 years older than my brother. So like 39, 40, whatever. But then they both got remarried, and my mom then went through another. I think she should have divorced my stepdad, but they ended up staying together. But they ended up staying together because of that exact thing. It was when I was 16, so she was like almost 50, or she was 50 or 51 or something like that. And then I remember talking to her, and I talked with my therapist too, also, because I was like, what my stepdad did was really fucked up. So I was like, why is she staying with him? Why is she even contemplating staying with him? Because she divorced my dad because he was cheating on her, but what this dude did was way worse. So what the fuck? And they had to like help me to see that, like, yeah, but like being a woman in your 50s going through a second divorce, like how do you be single again?
But it's
and
also
she, like,
one of those things that I'm learning
like,
as being single. How, like, I say this in everything, like, my grandparents were married for 51 years. How do you find the patience to deal with someone's like bullshit?
Yeah, it's true.
And stick through it.
Well, also because, yeah, you and I, let's see, we're in our 30s and we're single.
Like,
but also we've lived most of our lives being single. My mom got married when she was 25. She married my dad when she was 23, okay. And then had kids. So like, and then you get to a point where then you're divorcing and maybe going through a divorce again. Being single, like they don't understand really what being single is anymore. You know what I mean? Like you and I don't really understand what like we wouldn't understand what being in a marriage is because we haven't done it yet. But like. They wouldn't understand. Like, that's a really
you gonna have to be real sharp to marry me. Listen, I have levels of just because
you gotta drug me because I ain't going down the aisle like willingly.
I want to get married. I totally want to get married. I mean, do not think I want to have my own kid. I am very bougie. Someone can push them out for me.
Thank you. Yes, if you want to marry me, you have to have enough money to take my egg and your sperm, put it in someone else's oven. Exactly. So I can drink for 9 months, okay? And for 2
It's not about the alcohol here, but I prefer not to be pushing this out of my vagina.
I'm petrified of pregnancy. Like having...
Also, I'm a very
petrified
impatient, fast-paced person. I'm not sure how long I want that stomach. It could seem great for me for a couple weeks, but then months in,
I mean, yeah, no, that whole thing, you talk about all that body stuff. I'm talking to you about, like...
Or maybe I need to be in different parts of my life. I don't know.
But, like, having to deal with hormones, like, look, because we all know from our last video...
You're absolutely right. Back that up. Right. I can't.
I was on the pill. Okay, so y'all saw our last video. We were talking about crazy. I thought I was going insane from being on the pill for, like, a week. I had to stop that. And pregnant, you got to be like that for 9 months and not drink or do drugs or, like... And then you have to push this thing out of your body.
Baby mama talk like, you trying to tell me I can't do no drugs?
Right. And then I gotta push this out of my body, and you could die, and this child gonna hate you for 18 years? I can't.
I mean, I don't know. I just don't think.
I'm gonna adopt a 17-year-old.
I'm not a spring chicken anymore. I'm in my 30s, and I don't think it's proper for me. You still have a chance.
Yeah, I just turned 30. So
I don't. For me, I'm like, that ship has sailed, and someone's gonna need to have it for me, or I'm gonna need to get adopt a baby, or my favorite, I just want a French bulldog.
Ooh, yeah.
But That's another thing. But okay, I did say my top 3 things of being single. My top 3 things of being in a relationship.
Okay.
Partnership. Having someone else as a teammate. If they're the right teammate and you're motivating each other well, and you have ideas that work together well, and you're both planning something great together well.
Ding, 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 ding. So I will not be in a relationship
serious
unless I'm in that now. Yeah, I want that, power couple thing. That's my next relationship needs to be that, because and on my 20s, I was just in a relationship because I just wanted, I guess I was a bit codependent. Now, again, I think I'd mentioned this before, this book called Attached. So my attachment style, everyone has different attachment style. This is psychology, based on like how your parents raised you, the type of love that they gave you. And a lot of us don't have secure attachment styles because our parents, they gave us inconsistent love, and that leads to different type of things. So my attachment style was insecure, anxious, which means that like my parents would like give me enough love, and then they'd pull it away to the point where I'd be like, where are you? And the second that I was about to be like, well, they're not coming back, then they'd come back. So I'd always be like needy for love. Whereas like other parents will be like, they give their kids love and then pull it away enough to the point where their kids were like, okay, well, they're not coming back, so I gotta do it on my own. And that creates insecure, avoidant, and those people are like really shut off, and it's hard to like get them to love, but they do, but it just takes a long time. So I worked really hard on fixing that, which I feel like I now have, which is cool. So now I'm into secure. But the good thing about attachment styles is if it breaks or changes, it can always change. So that's really good. So I become secure now. So before I was in relationships because it was just like, I just want a boyfriend. I need, I want that I wanted partnership, but not teammateship. Now I'm 100% like, I was with relationships with guys who were not supportive of my acting career. And that broke me down. I don't want anyone who breaks me down. I want to be like, Beyonce and Jay-Z. I want to build each other up, like, and literally like, you know what, we both love the same things, and I'm going to help you in a way that I can, and you can help me in the way that I can. Not that we need each other to help each other, but we do when we want to.
Yeah, and those ideas bounce back off of each other.
Right.
That's so great.
Right.
I think what I've learned that, like, I feel like I've had successful relationships in that era, but I think that you only can find that Beyonce Jay-Z thing when you really, really get at a level where you are so heightened of self-love and so self-awareness that it's almost like you just attract that other half.
Right.
I think when you're still trying to get to where you are, you find that still trying to get to where you are, and that's such a hard thing. That's just me. The second one, benefit of being in a relationship, I would say is money. Clearly, you can share each other's like come ups. I mean, look at it. At the end of the day, it's like if you have what you have, they have what they have.
Yeah, but the other side of that,
single wise, when you go out kicking it, you paying for your drinks into this mansion.
But y'all be careful though, because make sure that you ain't got no debt. I think there's
that too. I'm just saying this.
There's hilarious. There's a
sharing,
show, right?
Sharing
right. There's this show on Netflix right now. It's like Love Is Blind or whatever, where these people like be talking to each other and then they without seeing each other.
Oh, I think I've watched it.
It's hilarious. It's like a reality show. It's fucking hilarious, and they end up like proposing to each other without actually seeing each other. Oh my god, so funny. Anyway, one of them,
that's dangerous, because as soon as motherfucker come around a thing, they gonna be like, sorry.
Actually,
it's all about physical.
Right. But a lot of them ended up being like physically attracted to each other. So cool, but cool to the producers for not, because I would have been like over there being like, make them fat, make them ugly. Yes, like,
I know. I was just thinking.
I would be like,
I would
want to like, I would want them to like, I would want to fuck with them. But one of the ones that like ended up, proposing to the other, the chick ended up being like, yeah, so I have a whole bunch of debt. Like, are you still want to marry me? Like, fuck. Oh my God, my credit is shit and I got a whole bunch of debt.
But that's the thing of understanding and why I feel like where we are, like with, as far as like being single in our generation, we are not, it's so accessible to us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like, I think
like
being single,
we're over it. Like when, it ain't happening. Motherfuckers is like divorce, bitch.
Right.
And they on Tinder immediately.
Right.
Motherfuckers is making the papers.
I mean, everyone, even when you in a relationship, you people got Tinder on their phone. I don't even look anymore because I don't care.
I don't have the apps anymore. I've given up.
I don't either, but we single, so but I've had exes like who had it on their phone. Whatever. It's just like,
I don't know.
There's so many options. People like to be flirted with. People like to know that they try. Whatever. I'm not clearly.
Number 3, you always have dick on deck or pussy on deck.
Dick on deck. Okay.
Top 3 things of being in a relationship. You ain't never gonna go hungry in the vagina area.
Now, I'll tell you, being single, that is the hardest part of being single for me was...
Because now you gotta, and if you're not somebody like me that don't like randoms.
Oh, I don't like randoms either.
I don't like randoms.
I don't like randoms. So, okay, so I will admit to y'all, so I did last year go on a 7-month hiatus from sex. That was the longest that I'd ever gone.
I did 6 months one time, and you turned out to be some other shit after that.
You become a whole different person.
You
I got
do.
skinny, okay? I got skinny, okay? But to me, like, I'm okay with it now. Now that I know that I can go that long with it and not be craving it. Because, like, back when I was younger, when I was in my 20s, the longest I had ever gone without sex was 3 months. And I damn near was like, I'm about to, like, I'm a nun now. Like,
oh my goodness.
But now I didn't think about it as much and I'm okay with it. So now it's good. But I know when I do get in that relationship, when I do turn that switch back on, it's like, oh my God, this bitch is about to rape me. Like, my dudes are like, oh my God, you want it more than I do. And I'm like, yeah, well.
That's my downfall. I think it's.
Because I don't like that random dick. So when I find that dick that I do like.
I was just telling you that today. I was like, some people call it like codependency. I call it codependence or some shit. I feel like I don't necessarily need to be with anyone or need. I was reading something today. I'm not going to say the zodiac sign, but I was reading me and a particular zodiac sign, and it was just like the difference between you guys is one really needs the love and you don't at all. That's one of the things about Aquarians is like we don't necessarily need to be like nurtured a lot.
Right.
We like it, but like we don't need it. And I was saying that like I struggle more as a single person not having access
to dick.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't usually like be like, oh my God, I'm single. What am I gonna do?
Like no one loves me. No, she's like,
it's
no
always
dick is
like,
here.
okay, I'm fully single, and there's not a candidate to call because usually with me, I'll have great dick situations, and they'll all be like, listen, you need to choose me.
Oh God, yeah, you.
I always run into the like situation where they're like, I ain't doing this no more. I feel used. You're like, what?
She's like the dude in the relationships all the time.
I swear, that's the story of my life. I'm always like living my best life, having the top good time, and some niggas like, no more of this. I'm taking me and my dick and we leave. Throw it over his back and he heads out because he's tired of me being like calling him when I want it.
Oh my God! So you damn
not
like
calling him for anything else.
You'll be in a relationship just for the dick. You hilarious. Oh my God.
I tend to have that issue. Like for example, what do you learn from being single? You do learn a lot about to be okay with being you, with yourself. And you do learn to be like, oh, well, this is what I do on Monday. I don't necessarily need to like have my day with this. But this is what I do on Tuesday. And this is what I want to do on Thursday. And if I feel like it, Darnell, I'll show up.
Right.
Because I have shit going on. But if I'm horny, of course I'm going to show up. Okay? I'm sorry. And then I get dudes being like, you only show up when you need something. Yes! I'm sorry.
But that's what they ask for. So I'm so confused. Men are always like, don't have feelings for me, but then don't not have feelings for me. Like, pick a lane.
Here's the thing. Being single can be hard.
Oh, of course it's hard. But being in relationships are hard too. Everything.
I think relationships are 10 times harder. I can get to know myself and love her real good.
Real good.
I just need dick on the side.
I think my only struggle with being single has been now in my 30s is the ghosting. So like if I find someone,
oh my goodness,
right?
Yes.
If I find someone and go on some dates with him, and I think that the connection is really cool, and then he ghosts, like that bothers me. That's my hardest thing about being single.
I stopped ghosting because of where you said that before on something else we were talking about. But I'm such a stickler of like, I don't owe this motherfucker shit. I'm the worst at that. I actually will be dating you, and you could we could have talked yesterday. I'm like, oh, that nigga shit. Like I'm crazy.
She's a dude.
But I think that way. But I feel like being single is very important, and I feel like people that are in relationships, because we're running out of time. People that are in relationships, don't serial date. When you're in a long-term relationship, literally take that time to like reboot is what I call it. Mm-hmm. You know, get to know yourself, get to be out of that relationship and experience. Right. Like, and even if you just, like, if you're someone like me that just needs situations going on, make sure your people know that. Make sure they're fully aware.
Again, like we said in pretty much every episode, is communication and compromise. You know what I mean? Because in this day and age, yes, when there are so many there's access to pussy and dick everywhere. Yeah. Talk,
dick
talk to your
everywhere.
people. Talk to the person who you actually do connect with, because that's finding dick and pussy.
And the person that's sitting in front of you, please don't be lying because you're trying to save face for your confidence or whatever. If some woman or man say dead ass to your face, like, listen, I'm not here for the relationship. I like fucking you, kicking it with you, and doing fun shit with you. Don't say, oh yeah, me too. It's a good time, and then go home and be like, girl.
Right, you go home and like, no, we ain't
Because
young no more.
let me tell you something.
That no more.
That's where the connection goes down here.
Right.
Because you never know. It could possibly blossom into something that might be where they're at right at that moment.
Right.
Because of whatever they're going through personally.
Right.
Don't blow it by being like, well, I ain't trying to be your Monday. Fine. If he putting you in Monday slot, that's on you to now find you a Tuesday slot.
Right.
And
or if you really don't like it, then cut it off, because
that too.
Do what's best for you.
That too. Don't put yourself in any situations when you're single that make you feel uncomfortable. Right. If he's disrespecting you or she disrespecting you,
and that's why I don't like random dick no more, because like I don't want to be disrespected. You know what I mean?
Or like, feel if anything, it doesn't matter that if anything makes you feel uncomfortable.
Right. Know yourself. Know what suits you. Exactly.
Yeah. Get out of there fast. You don't even have an explanation. I'm the bitch that don't even have to need a dear die. No, I'll be like, see you around. And just never say shit. Because I don't feel like I owe this nigga nothing. That's me.
But also, like, look, if you have a connection with somebody, but you're not ready for a relationship, that's okay too. Talk to your person and be like, look, I know we're building. I need some time for us to get there. Is that okay? You know what I mean? Because, like, I might need to go out and get this, like, you know, this fuck out of me. You know what I mean? Just whatever you need to do, whatever. Because finding connections is so much harder this day and age than finding, like, random people. Especially in LA. Oh, my God.
It's really
finding a real connection. Because even when you do find a connection with somebody, then they ghost you. You know what I mean? Like, people...
I think it's just, in general, like, in relationships or being single, I think that, like you said, communication... I don't know if we have enough time for that, but I wanted to get into like people in relationships that really want to be single. You just have codependency issues. Because I know a lot of married men that like got a great fucking wife and she's gorgeous and she's this, but they still cheating. What's
then why
going on
they get married?
Why?
So that's why I don't believe in marriage. What? I don't know.
I know a lot of people that are in relationships that just want to still do the fun shit that people do with being single. Like, what's the point of having... I mean, I get it. It's the benefit. You get to go home to somebody and be like, hey, and you still get to be like, hey. Like, I don't know if that's the best move.
I don't think it is. I don't think hurting anybody is. I think you need to be open and honest about what you need. And if you want an open marriage, talk about that. If you don't, then don't get fucking married. Like, Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? Like...
And that open shit is really ruining this single game.
I mean, damn.
It's really killing the game.
Okay, there's like so many people on Tinder or whatever that'll be like, I'm in a relationship. I'm in an open relationship. I see that all the time. I'm in an open relationship, or I'm in a polyamorous relationship, or I really like feet. Like, yo, people be crazy.
It's different out here right now. Being single in 2020 is...
Of course I like spending time with myself, because everyone else is just like too much.
It can become a whole... You need a therapist for dating. You actually do.
There was just for dating apps.
Just for
dating apps.
Something.
Oh my God.
Well, I hope we covered as much as we could as far as talking about single. I feel like I could have dug deeper, but
I mean, the last thing I know, we only have like 1 minute. The last thing I want to say was, I think it's interesting how when women, we'll always be working on ourselves and stuff. So like, if we find a man that we have a connection with, and we weren't ready for a relationship, we'll start like being like, okay, well maybe I could be, and like think about it and get to it. Men, I've been told from other men that like, if they want to fuck, they gonna fuck. They're just gonna do anything, and they'll be, if they're not ready for a relationship, the most amazing woman in the world could be in front of them and they won't care. They'll still not be ready for it. She'll leave, and then by the time that they're finally ready, they'll just look around them, and whoever's around them, they'll be like, all right, well, you, okay?
Yeah, whoever's showing them their attention at that time.
That's fucked up.
But that sounds like a man.
Okay.
It sounds like a man. They,
Yeah.
But I hope that we covered as much as possible. We are always open into doing second episodes or something.
Yes,
if you guys feel
let us
like
know
we
if you
didn't
like
cover
it.
something. Shoot us some of your like single stories, ladies and gents.
Men, yes, please.
Let us know what it's like being dating now in 2020 with the apps and everything else that's going on. Please follow us on Apple Podcasts and subscribe and
YouTube and all this.
YouTube and send us messages. And also please follow our Instagram page. We're trying to get those Instagram followers up. Comment on there when we post the video. But it's been great, guys. Thank you so much. I really have to pee.
She really gonna be. It's been wow. Okay.
I have been drinking so much goddamn water.
Fatima at Fatima Talia.
Yes, at Fatima Talia.
At Ava Ray Walker. We will see y'all next week.
Yes. Wow. Okay.